Do you want to be inspired? Of course you do. One way to do this is to write a personal manifesto. And in this video, I'll show you how in 5 simple steps. 1. Last year was a disaster for me. I achieved almost none of my goals. The context you operate from decides what actions you will take. And clearly last year, my context didn't work for me. To change your actions, change your context. I needed to change my context, so I created a personal manifesto. I came up with the year of being creative. Now I'm excited again and I'm kicking goals again. In this video, I'll show you how I turned this context into my personal manifesto 4 different ways. 2. You might be thinking, what does a personal manifesto look like? Well, over at 1000manifestos.com, I've collected over 250 manifesto examples. From this, I identified 4 main types of manifestos, which I talked about in this video. They are a goal manifesto, a list manifesto, a rules manifesto, and a world manifesto. Stick around, and in this video I'll show you the simplest and easiest way to create each one of these 4 types of manifestos, plus I'll share my personal examples of each of them. An important point, they all scale up in complexity. The easiest is a single goal. Then you have a list of goals, a set of rules, and the most complex is the World Manifesto. 3. The biggest mistake most people make when they create a personal manifesto is that they do it backwards. They start with what they want to have. They say, I want a house, I want a car, I want to travel, I want. They're saying have, do, be, when really it should be, do, have. You want your way of being, your attitude, what you bring to your situation, your intention to drive your actions to give you the things that you want. And the simplest and easiest way to do this is to start with your values. Your values are the things that you consider to be important to you. They're a crucial benchmark and reference point for all of the decisions you make in your life. To create a value-driven goal for your personal manifesto, simply scan through this list and pick out the words that appeal most to you. For me, for 2023, I chose one value, creativity, thus the year of being creative. That's a goal-based manifesto right there. Easy, wasn't it? And if you want a list-based manifesto, then simply pick multiple values from this list. But don't pick too many. I reckon the maximum is about 5. If you pick more than that, you'll spread your focus too thin. Check out the link below to download that document so you can use it and apply it to generate your values and your personal manifesto. 4. Now let me show you an example of each of these and how you can create this for yourself. These are my personal examples. The first one is the goal manifesto. I chose one word, one value, one goal for my year, creativity. There's my personal manifesto in a single word, to bring creativity to every part of my life. And then I can create projects under that banner of living a creative life. For instance, making these videos. That's me being creative. And then I expanded that one word into multiple words to create a list manifesto. To do this, I asked myself, what is creativity? What does creativity mean to me? How else would I define it? I came up with play, learn, explore, make, and cheeky. And cheeky is when I'm being really creative, I'm often really cheeky with people. Now I have 6 ways to express myself instead of just one. That's a list manifesto. And again, I can create projects to fulfill my expression of each of those items on my list. Plus, I can also create practices so I can include value-driven action into my daily life. Next, I converted these into a set of rules or guidelines that I can follow every day. In other words, I turned these single-word values into short action phrases. Create new worlds, play like a child, learn like a beginner, make interesting things, be cheeky every day, and explore alternatives. Plus, I added one more, tell wonder-filled stories. And there you have it, a simple way to create a rule-based manifesto. I can use each one of these to help me make decisions or as a theme or as a focus for my day. Finally, I wanted to create a world manifesto. This is a description of the world that you want to live in. For a personal manifesto, the simplest and easiest way to create a world manifesto is to write about your ideal day or week. This works really well because it puts your values into the present tense and into your present day. They're actions you can take right now. For me, the question I needed to ask myself was, if I was being creative, what would my ideal day look like? What actions would I take? And this is where I can explore examples from the rules I created in the previous example. For instance, I'd be making something like this video or perhaps a piece of art. I'd be having creative conversations with other people. I'd be cheeky and I'd be challenging other people about living better lives. And I'd be going for long, slow walks so I could let my ideas settle and to explore my neighbourhood. Five. And one last piece of advice. Don't try to get this right the first time. Your personal manifesto is not a set and forget document. Instead, you want to write a quick draft and then you want to get out in life and start living it. Then you can come back and refine it, change it, update it, review it. Plus, you might want to share it with the important people in your life so they know what you're aspiring to. And if you're willing to share it, I'd love you to add a comment below and let me know what you've created. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.